1-800-CALL-LEE. On two.
Call Lee.
No, it's call 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Call Lee.
1-800.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Call Lee.
Hey Siri, call Lee.
Call Lee.
Alexa, call Lee.
Who's Alexa?
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
Hello, Lee. Perfect.
Good morning, Delray Beach. We are here at the beautiful Corey Jones Isle, right in Delray Beach.
Hold on. Corey Jones Isle, yes. But south side, a lot of people don't know this, right in the middle of Frog Alley. Frog Alley, if you don't know this, I grew up probably a block away from it. You can actually see my house a block away, from this location. So I love it. But this is a beautiful location. I love what the CRA has really done with these homes over here. I mean,
They're incredible.
This used to be a farm.
That's crazy that this was a farm, and look at this beautiful community that they have built. I mean, I don't know, they might have to drag us out because this is so beautiful. I want to stay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get me a little pillow and lay up in the corner.
The closet, no one would even know those closets are so massive.
But the only thing that's missing, there's no food in the fridge.
Oh man, well we need all the food. I think we can call delivery dudes if we need some food.
There you go.
I'm Amanda.
And I am Jamel.
And we are so excited to be here today.
We are.
We have an amazing lineup of incredible people talking about this beautiful place. And I mean, these are not just homes they built. These are homes they built. These are beautiful homes with incredible finishings.
So let's bring them out.
Yes.
Let's bring them out and talk about them. You want to go ahead and introduce our guests?
So we have a lot of incredible guests from a lot of people that were involved in this project. So first we have Renee Jadising, who is the executive director of the CRA, and Shirley Johnson, who is the CRA chair, vice mayor, city commissioner. She has all the titles. And we are so excited to have them both on today. Two incredible women who are changing this town and making it so beautiful for all of us here in Delray Beach.
Yes. Come on out.
Come on out, ladies. This is like a runway show of beautiful girls this morning. Yes, welcome.
Nice to see you.
So,
are we excited?
We're very excited. We're very excited.
Are you excited?
Oh my goodness. I helped work from the ground up, conceiving it, talking about what it was going to look like. It is just phenomenal. It's like a dream in your head.
Let's go back to the birth.
Okay.
Let's go back to the birth of this whole project.
Conception.
The conception.
Yes.
There we go. How did this come about?
Well, there's always a need for public housing, or I shouldn't say public housing, affordable housing. That's the correct term. And this was acquired by the CRA in parcels, and I don't know all of the history of the acquisition of the land, but we figured that if we could do something like this, it would not only begin the, don't say renovation, the redevelopment, rehabilitation of the community. The Southwest, it's the Southwest side, Northwest side. But anyway, this community is in need of the very reason that the CRA was originated back in 1985. I always want to say 6. Yes. And we're finally getting to do the work. It's to take care of the slum and blight. And if you don't do that, your community suffers. I don't care how nice it is over on the barrier. You've got this community over here. And finally, we're getting something done.
Well, you know, the one thing that I do like about this opportunity for these homes being here in this neighborhood is that it's helping build generational wealth and give families opportunity. You know, so that's one of the big things that I really love about that. So.
It's a lovely community too. I keep patting it, but
we're all family on this show.
He's a great missus. You're in the wrong business.
So Ray, for people who don't know what the CRA does, can you guys give a little bit of the background of some of the projects besides this as well? Because people don't realize how much you have happening in the background that you are all working on every single day. And I'm lucky enough to be in a CRA-owned building with my studio at the Arts Warehouse. So I see firsthand everything that you are all doing. And I think a lot of times people see it when it happens, when it's here, but they don't see all the inner workings and how much work you put in to make this happen. Because it's a long process and a lot of work.
Long.
It is, yes, too long.
So CRAs were created to eliminate slum and blight. So our CRA was created in 1985 by the Indian County, and there was an identified area, which is mostly the downtown, northwest, south side area, as slum and blight. And what's done is funds are reinvested back into this community, specifically here. So you may, normally, you may pay taxes here, and your money may go to Jupiter or some other part of the county or some part of the city. But in the CRA district, your funds go right back into this community.
Amazing.
And this is the result. You know, we do different projects. Part of our mission is to provide affordable housing, economic development with business growth. We have business grant programs. We're also building 2 commercial buildings right now in the process. Build. We're starting to build. We did a lot of infrastructure work. So what you can't see right now, but all around this area, we invested about $6 million in the public infrastructure.
Wow.
So yeah, everything we do is for the public benefit. Correct.
Amazing.
Yep. I can see it right out of the window.
And it is phenomenal. I mean, when we drove up here, these houses, it's such a beautiful neighborhood. You did so much work, and it shows. It's not one of those things where you're like, oh, they threw together some houses and just, these are beautiful quality. I feel like we're on House Hunters.
Yes.
We were walking through here. The closets, I mean, everything is spectacular.
Yes. The cabinets.
The cabinets!
We even have a built-in, what do you call security?
Oh, yeah.
So that you don't have
Amazing.
to tear the wall and put in something.
everything.
Amazing.
So if there,
The
I mean,
builder did a beautiful job.
how many homes are part of this project?
So this is 10 single-family homes. So there's 9 on this row, and then we have another individual lot that was close by. We thought, let's just include it into this project. So like you mentioned, it was a nursery. So when I started a few years ago, this was just all nursery. I remember coming here and seeing like ackee trees and all these fruits. And I know banana trees. I'm like, what is this? This is like a wealth of, stuff. But it was always meant to convert to housing. So we started doing the design work in 2018. Actually, just when I started, we went right in for design. So I remember sitting, at our design table, like with the architect, writing down what it's going to look like, where these, how the closets are going to go, how big they should be. So a lot of effort went into the design, and we also had a lot of community meetings too about it. In the Housing Authority, I remember that too, going through what they'll look like, where we should put things, and then then eventually we went out to RFP to get a builder. And our partner, the Community Land Trust, is the ones who were selected with Stewart and Shelby to do the actual building. So it was truly a collaborative effort, and we're so happy that the build also went to a local builder.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That was incredible.
I totally agree. I think that's a great partnership too. So with the CRA, the CLT, and Community Land Trust really come together and really make this happen. It's
Collaborative.
awesome.
It's just wonderful.
That's what it's about.
And we can't forget the choice that we made of the naming of the community of this.
Yes, that was my next question to you.
Originally, it was Carver Isle, I believe. There were several different names, but the name was really just for our design.
We love Carver.
Yes, Carvers are everywhere. There's another project development that is called Carver Square, but for this particular one, we just said Carver in the beginning because we just needed something to identify it. And then our board, accepted and said, Commissioner Angie Gray, thank you to her, made that suggestion, like, let's name it after Corey Jones. Beautiful. So that's how that came about.
Right, and if a lot of you guys don't know, Corey Jones is the young drummer, young African American man that was killed by the officer up in Palm Beach Gardens. Him and his family, they have a huge tie here to Delray Beach. He worked here, probably just like a block away, volunteering at the Milagro Center, teaching kids how to play drums and things of that nature. So
yes, it was really special that we were able
Yes.
to honor him, and
Absolutely.
all of our events, our ribbon cuttings, the groundbreakings, we had his family here, and they're just very touching to have that. Actually, his cousin is with us here.
I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, that is so beautiful.
It's very special to us to do this development.
And the family, I believe, live mostly in the Southwest community, so there's a familiar tie here, and I believe grandfather, father, church, father has a church.
yeah,
in
they
the
have,
community.
they have a huge church also in Boynton as well. So
Incredible.
Wonderful. I love it.
Well, we are so grateful for all of the hard work that you do every day that people can see and they don't see. A lot of times, guys, remember, the things you don't see, there is a lot happening. We are so grateful to be in a community with people like the two of you that care so much.
And we're so happy that you chose to do this,
Yes,
because a
thank
lot of
you.
people don't know the work that the CRA tries to do.
Well, you know what? I think it's going to be times where we're going to be having you guys on here a lot. 'Cause
Yes,
you guys are doing a lot of things.
yes.
And I know we can't even capture it all right now in this segment,
I
but
want you guys in the construction.
Yes,
when we
that
start
would be so
building,
much
I want to bring you guys on site and put a
And we'll
hammer
ride in
on
your
you.
freebie.
Yes, and
because you know I love that freebie.
Everybody loves the
Yes.
And the Arts Warehouse, we got to
That's
check
right.
that out too.
That's right.
So.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Have
So
a
much,
beautiful
Leanne.
day.
Thank you.
thank you. I really appreciate it.
I mean, it really is incredible, just the community partners and just how much people care and how much they do and the thought that goes behind everything.
I think, when you talk about the partnership,
Yes.
I think that's the thing that really, because there are a lot of great programs here in
Yep.
Delray Beach, and I think with them coming together and putting everything on the table with their skill set between the CRA and then
Yep.
our next guest in the next program, the Community Land
Land
Trust.
Trust.
I think it's just wonderful. So, and we're seeing the fruits of their labor right here in front of us.
Absolutely.
All
So
right,
do you
so-
want to introduce our next guest?
Miss Evelyn Dobson, the executive director, and Mr. Gary Iliopis, who's the president of the CLT. Let's welcome them.
Welcome.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
You deserve a round of applause for this project. It is, yes, I love that. She knows it is beautiful here. I mean, we keep saying it over and over again, but these houses are phenomenal. What you've built, I mean, you took a farm and turns it into this beautiful community.
You know what, too, at the same time, first of all, how many homes have you guys built here in Delray Beach?
Well, a few of the homes that we acquired were previously built, but approximately out of the 82 single-family homes for ownership, we did at least 85% of those.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Now, can you explain, let everybody know, if they don't know what the Community Land Trust is about and what your mission is, please, let our guests know.
Well, we started in January 2006. Okay, so we are a nonprofit. Our mission, similar to what Renee talked about the CRA, is that we're trying to eliminate slum and blight. We're trying to provide low income to moderate affordable housing in our community. The biggest thing and pride you can give somebody is home ownership.
Absolutely.
That's what our program does. What we do is we do have what they call the land trust. We actually own the land. The home, the improvements are owned by our home buyers. That actually makes it affordable for them. It's not, there's been a lot of people that will talk about this model. Is it for everybody? No, but it is amazing what we can do. You're seeing the quality in the architecture that's being built. That's because the program does work.
So
we're
how
very
does
proud of
that work then with the homeowners being able to purchase the home? What is that process?
Our home buyer process, we have an application packet that they must pick up. My staff does the front end work.
Okay.
The intake, front and back end debt to income ratios first to determine if they can be a qualified home buyer and fit our program criteria. We don't lend the money. We just process their application, make the recommendation. Once we process the application, we send the home buyer applicant a letter of our findings. We meet with them one-on-one to disclose that information. Then they let us know the next step they want to make. Okay. If they want to move into homeownership, we package their application for the lender.
Amazing.
We're the liaison between the home buyer applicant and the mortgage lender. We package it, we send it in for a response from the bank to determine how much of a loan they may qualify for. Once that comes in, we show them our portfolio, what they may acquire based on what they can afford. If there's a gap in between the cost of the house and the mortgage, we try to work with the city and the CRA to secure that gap financing for them.
That's
So
huge.
the CLT builds a relationship with the home buyer applicant from beginning, and we are always there with them
So what are some of those qualifications or those qualifiers that you look for that they have to have?
Well, isn't it? It's similar to a lot of us as far
It's
as
just
instant
like the
credit,
open market.
their assets, their job. I mean, all those kind of things that we all go through,
Yeah.
all come into play. Evelyn even, I mean, they do further more than that. They help them with selecting, they actually pick their own contractor, but Evelyn's team will actually look at the plans with them, they'll go over everything. So it is truly a process that goes all the way to the end. Every year we have a meeting where we invite all our clients, if you will, and Evelyn welcomes them. They clearly know her and her staff. It's amazing. It's growing into a family and a network within our community.
Well, when you speak of family, I have to say my grandmother actually acquired a home through you guys and through the program.
That's incredible.
She passed away a couple months ago, but
I'm sorry.
She really loved Ms. Ellis. She talked about you all the time. You paid visits to her to check on her and things of that nature. So I have to thank you guys for that. You know, really,
thank you.
And that home is still in our family.
It
you know,
is.
so
It is.
really
And that's one thing, is a rumor that the heirs can't inherit the home. We take it away. No, we don't take it away. The ground lease agreement is a binding contract between the home buyer and the CLT. It lays out the expectations of the homeowner and what they can expect from us. Ms. Graham was, I've known her long before I became a part of the land trust, and she, displacement, she was displaced because of the hurricane and everything, but she wanted to come back home.
Yeah.
So through the land trust, it afforded her that opportunity to have a home back in Delray.
That's
I really
incredible.
appreciate that big time.
That's so incredible. And I think too, just even the fact that you're helping people through that process, because that process can scare anybody. And so I think having somebody in your corner that's helping you to find a way to make this work, I mean, I don't even know the word to describe what a life-changing experience that is for anybody.
Right. So let's bring in the new homeowner.
Yes!
You know, Mr. Rollins.
Yes.
Let's bring in Mr. Rollins in. But I would love, come on in, Mr. Rollins.
Come on, welcome, sir.
So right there, Mr. Rollins.
Congratulations!
Is Renee around? Just standing.
Yeah.
Mr. Rollins.
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you so much.
How does it feel to be
To be a homeowner!
Actually, it's hard to find the right words because my purpose of why I actually went through this here is I'm an old school where when you marry someone and you would like to provide a home for them, this is what between CRA and land trust has allowed me to do for my wife.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
Being born and raised in Delray, I had moved out here only to marry her and maybe move. But
I know he's. I can't.
But also the real reason also is when you're trying to be a good father, provider, and a husband, getting up in the time in my life where I'm at, and because she wanted to stay in Delray, that's when I've been with CRA for over 13 years. And then meeting Evelyn and her staff with Land Trust, I witnessed some of the meetings they were referring to, and I told her, you have the section for veterans. I want to be one of the veterans in your program. And that's what I'm getting out of it also. Being a disabled veteran, I work at the VA right now, still serving veterans.
Thank you.
But most of all, this will be the first home my wife had a chance to buy.
This story gets better and better.
It started off here, and then it's like,
So
how
that's
do
the
you keep
reason I try to
talking?
say
It's
it's kind of
amazing.
hard to put in words what
Right.
we're getting out of this.
Yeah.
And most of all, after seeing it, it's something to be very, very proud to say, this is our home.
So
Absolutely.
this is wonderful. So you were renting from the CRA
Yes.
for how
Okay.
long? For
Over 13 years.
13 years.
2008.
Yeah, the house is on the north side.
On the north side, and then now you own one. And
Not yet.
Oh, not yet. she's like, get it.
We are claiming the victory.
Okay. She's like, don't claim all that yet. Okay.
I I see it.
It's happening. It's happening. We put it out there in the universe. It's happening. It's happening. We're putting it out there. We're putting it out there. But, I mean, this is just such an amazing story, and it just really goes to show what an impact all the hard work that all of you are doing.
Yes.
And I mean, your life has changed because of this hard work and a goal that you set for yourself that you now can check that box. I mean, I have chills and I'm crying, and I'm sorry, guys, I'm a mess. I'm just going to sit here and let Jamel do all the rest of the interviewing because, I mean, it's just so unbelievable. And, I mean, I'm choked up. I can't even imagine how you feel.
I think that's one of the, as a man,
Yes.
you know, to be able to provide for your family and have something in your family that can last for a lifetime. I mean, forever.
Generations.
It's in my little spot where I'm at because I'm in my 60s. One day I'm planning to retire. I had to get into something, and as expensive it is in South Florida, that I can afford to use my retirement to make sure I can pay for it and still have a life. So that's overall, like I said, it's kind of hard to find the words to actually put to what I'm feeling and what we're looking forward to.
So how did you, when you were finding out about this, how did you find out first? I know you were renting with the CRA. Where did you find out about this program?
I was working with one of the gentlemen in CRA. I don't know if I'm able to say the name.
Oh, yes.
Jeff.
Okay, good.
And I went in and sat down with Jeff, and I told him, I said, I know when Carolyn, who was the one that put us in the home, and I didn't have her anymore to talk to. I went in and sat down with him and said, this is my plans of what I'd like to do. And he told me land trust, habitat, different places that you might can take a look at. And that's how I led here. And I know one of the staff from church, which is Teresa. And my wife knows Evelyn really well. But most of all, it was just that I started venturing and, as you might say, doing some reconnaissance.
I look into this. A lot of times we sit back and we wait on things to come to us.
Right.
No,
He didn't wait.
listen, there's three types of people in the world. People that let things happen, people that watch things happen, and people that make things happen. You made something happen.
Yes.
You know, so you went out, and a lot of people say a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
So you reached out, and you see right now
They
what.
pointed me toward land trust, and that's
Unbelievable.
So I have to say to the CRA, to the CLT, you guys are changing lives. And you're
In a
impacting lives.
huge way.
Yes.
The land trust is my baby.
Yes. Yes.
If y'all didn't hear,
And that is something to be proud of. You should be proud of that baby. You know. I mean, it is, and it's not even just that one person. It's the trickle effect of all of the people in that family and friends and support group that then is all affected in a positive way.
and I think if you go back to what Mr. Iliopoulos said earlier, he was more talking about it's not for everybody. So you guys find that right fit for those families, and I think that's a great thing. You know, a lot of people, it may not fit what they're looking for. It may not fit their family structure, but you guys are finding that perfect fit for that marriage. So thank you guys very much.
Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your service.
Yes. I'm coming over first Sunday dinner. I'm coming. I'm bringing my boy Nicole. I want some chickens and
They have the
cornbread.
home where you can come too.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Please invite us back so we can provide you an update when we get all 10 units closed.
Oh, we can't wait. We can't wait. We'll have a block party,
Yeah, a whole
maybe.
block party.
Block party.
I missed the block parties in Frog Alley,
Thank
baby.
you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
I really think we should come back and have a block party.
Oh, yeah, we
How
turn
much
it up.
fun would that be?
We turning up big time.
We need a lot of food because we like to eat. If you haven't realized,
We always talk
we're always talking about food on every episode.
Yes. So something great coming about. Our next guest.
Unbelievable.
And actually, it's funny because everything is happening right here in this neighborhood. This
I know. This is a magical spot.
young man, Thomas August. He graduated from Village Academy, young Haitian American student. Enter his essay. He wrote an essay at school.
A powerful essay.
Very
We got
powerful
to read
essay.
this essay. This was a powerful essay. It was just not like a little essay.
No.
It was so heartfelt and deep and spectacular that a high school student wrote this. Welcome!
Welcome.
We're talking about you.
Yeah, we're talking about you. Heard us?
I
We're
mean,
trying to listen.
we're a little bit loud. And you won second in a national essay contest.
Yes. First of all, my name is Thompson.
Thompson. Get it right. Thompson August, right?
Yes.
Thompson August. So talk to us about the essay and what inspired you to write about it. Well, first, we're gonna read the essay, so we'll let everybody know.
Ooh.
Yes, let's read it.
In his
then
words.
we'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm excited.
But I think when you have you take a Haitian American student and you bring them into the American educational system, you know, there's a lot of challenges, and it's not only just for Haitian Americans, but a lot of immigrants that really do come to our country. So we want to listen to him read his essay, and then we'll go from there.
All right. Okay. So, as a Haitian student in the American education system, I feel like a prisoner. Ever since the third grade, I feel like the American education system is just collecting data, already planning the outcome of our future. Personally, for me, the major challenges I face in the system is the teachings and the stereotypes. For example, I used to love reading until I got into middle school. With the readings, there was always a test attached to the readings, and the readings weren't interesting, so I couldn't stay focused. The problem is that the American education system treats us like numbers. We're more than just a statistic. Another major challenge is the stereotype that you need to go to college to be successful. Understand that everybody has goals and dreams, and everybody measures success differently. If college is in your vision, you should definitely go, but don't let the world influence you or change your goals and your dreams. The teachings. One major challenge that I have as a Haitian student is that we don't have enough education on our own history. There's only one page of the Haitian Revolution in our school history textbooks. As a little kid in the third grade, I didn't want to be Haitian or even black because I was always taught that Africans were slaves. We were only 3/5 of a human being, and that built an image that the white man is greater and I am less than. As a kid, that messed with my mental health. I also thought I wasn't enough, and the way we was identified in history books, that played a big role. It was only once I got older and started to learn more about my history, I saw my worth. The problem with this is that we are taught a lot about slavery, a lot about Martin Luther King, and that's not enough. We need to learn more about our own history. The way we can overcome this is not relying on the American education system to learn about our history unless the American education system can change. Another alternative is that you go out in the world and learn from your elders. The stereotypes. Another major challenge in the American education system is the stereotypes. The stereotypes comes from the parents, the Haitian parents. As I said before, we all have goals and dreams, but they tend to change once you step out the door. As a Haitian student, I don't get enough support on my own goals and dreams. I'm too busy getting influenced by the world with this stereotype. If you don't rap or hoop, you're not successful. And on the inside of the door, if you don't become a doctor or a lawyer, you're not successful. They also don't understand that having a job doesn't mean you're wealthy, doesn't make you wealthy. You have to learn the power of compound, ownership, etc. Having a job gives you just enough to come back. I'm a B average student. That B average doesn't define me. As a B average student, I got accepted into the same colleges that a C average student and an A average student got accepted in. I seen kids stressed out because of this stereotype, and they don't know their purpose or what they're passionate about because they're trying to meet a standard. What is life if you're living it for somebody else? We can overcome this by the Haitian parents supporting our dreams and goals, but also giving us advice. As a Haitian student in the American education system, the way to overcome these major problems is by addressing the education system itself. We need to improve the books, and the books need to dive in deep or teach us more about Fred Hampton, the Black Panther Party, Malcolm X, or even the Black Wall Street, because those things add values. And as for the parents, they should support us on our goals and dreams. Remember, don't be influenced by the world. Pursue your goals and dreams.
He's gonna have me crying again. I mean, powerful. Words are power, and that was powerful.
you know what gets me when you go. Let's go back to third grade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's take you back to the third grade. In your classroom, you say you had these uncomfortable feelings. You didn't like being in your own skin.
No.
You didn't embrace your own culture because of what? What was it?
Because like I didn't see enough of it. Like like you watch TV and you see all this violence, like and all the influence on the television. So it just created that mindset, like I want to, the music and stuff.
So it was a lot of negativity for you.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about let's go somewhere else. Let's talk about the colleges you got accepted in.
Oh
Yes, because you just graduated. Wait, we have to celebrate. He just graduated.
Yes.
So college. So where did you? So wait. I'm going to take a step back first. So what made you decide that college was your path? Because in your essay you said college isn't for everyone, which I think is so important for people to know. I know so many people who did not go to college, who are successful in their careers and living the life that they always dreamed of. So I think that was important to mention, that you saw that, because not everyone does.
And at the same time, a lot of people go to college. You rack up all these student loans.
Yes.
And you get a degree in something that you don't even work in when you come out of school.
100%. So what made you decide that college was your path, and where are you going?
All right, so I all the colleges I applied to, I got accepted in. So I applied to Lynn, got accepted to Lynn. Got accepted to a school called McPherson College and Kaiser, right? But I decided not to go to any of them and actually go to Palm Beach State.
Okay.
And then get major in business entrepreneurship, because that's my passion.
Amazing.
So what made college for me is that I have a plan. You don't want to jump into something without a plan. So my plan is to go to Palm Beach State, but also work on my business, where I'm in film production. So I'm going to start up my film company.
Amazing.
And also go to college on the side.
That's wonderful. And I think that's a lot of times, being a creative person myself, a lot of times people don't think about the business element of the creative industry. So I think he's got it all figured out for himself in a beautiful way.
And I think making that decision to go to Palm Beach State is awesome.
Yes.
You know why? Because you're going to save a lot of money.
Yep.
You're going to get the same degree that you would get anywhere else. Like a lot of times when you apply for college and you get a degree, it doesn't care what school it really comes from. The only thing you're really paying for at a big time college is the alumni network at the end of the day. So you're going to have your degree, and guess what? There's some great film production companies in this area.
Absolutely. One right in front of us right now.
So man, listen, your essay is powerful.
Unbelievable.
I don't know why you didn't come in first place.
Seriously. I know. When I read that essay, I was like, that is a first place essay.
But I like that you're speaking out. You even had some challenges even when you submitted that essay. People, a lot of your teachers they didn't understand it, and they disagreed. They disagreed with what you were really writing, but then again, you spoke from the heart.
Yes.
And we felt that passion, and I think a lot of our viewers probably felt the same thing. But thank you for sharing that with us, big time.
And congratulations.
Congratulations.
We're excited to have you back on in a few years once you have your career blossoming.
Yes, big time. Thank you, Steph.
Oh my gosh, and to hear him read it is even more powerful than when you're reading it on the computer screen.
I read it, the same thing. Like I read it and I was like, wow, this is. But as he started reading, I'm getting choked up because I'm almost feeling it.
Yeah, you feel the passion, you feel
it.
what he went through, and I think it's so important for people to share their personal experiences.
I agree. I mean, the big thing that he's basically talking about, is things his challenges at home and his challenges in the school system, and he had to figure out a way to really navigate those challenges. But think about it, it's so many other kids like him that's out there, and I think that's why it's so beneficial to have these mentoring programs and these other programs that we have here in the city of Delray Beach to help these kids overcome what they're overcoming.
Absolutely, and I think it's important, especially for kids, to learn at a young age they are enough and they can do anything. And I think more and more kids speaking out that they need that is going to continue the awareness and involve other people to be able to really help.
One other program that I see that a lot of schools are doing, instead of just shoving any type of book into a kid's face, making a kid read anything, they're allowing kids to go choose a book
That's
of
huge.
their liking to come back and read, and then they have responses like that. You
Yeah.
know, growing up, I didn't have that.
No, they're like, here, read this,
Read
or
this
you're gonna
book.
get an F.
You know, they give me the Odyssey. It's like, you know,
I forgot about that one. I
Greek
blocked that
mythology.
one. I blocked that one out.
You know, so-
Well, Jamel, as always, with the Chamber of Commerce, business owners can also further their education.
Oh, how would they do that?
Well, there's always some cool events happening. This one sounds really exciting. Actually, I think we might need to crash this one. First, you have the Chairman's Club at Lionfish. It's Wednesday, June 16th at 11:30. Lionfish isn't usually open for lunch, right? So they had a special situation here.
I wish people could see your face when you talk about
When I talk about the food, it's really embarrassing. Maybe we need to switch this to a food show. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, maybe we need to eat on every show, though.
I'm down.
Can somebody make that happen for us?
Yes.
So Thursday, June 17th from 5 to 7 is a favorite contact and cocktails at the Delray Beach Market. And that is a registration required at delraybeach.com/events. For members, it's $10. For future members, it's $20. So you want to become a member because you get $10 off. The next one up is a webinar. It's starting up a business, and it's with SCORE. And it's Tuesday, June 22nd at 12:30 via Zoom. It's free, and you want to RSVP for the Zoom link or join them live on Facebook Live. And that's again, delraybeach.com/events. And YPAD. This sells out. It's probably already sold out because I feel like they sell the second they mention it. But you want to check it out and make sure you can get in still. It is a happy hour. It's Wednesday, June 30th at 6 p.m. at Delray Beach Market. And you get one complimentary drink. And there's limited tickets. And the registration is only $5. This was such a good show.
This was.
I have chills. We were crying. We were laughing. We felt all the emotions here today.
No, I wasn't crying.
Well, he wasn't crying. That's right. He was. I should speak for myself. I was crying because it was just so many beautiful stories.
The air was getting into my eyes.
Yeah, I know. Well, the air vent was right there next to him.
But guess what? Next week's gonna be awesome too.
Of course it is. So where are we next week?
Delray Beach Market.
Oh, I can't wait to be back there.
I know.
That place is like the talk of the town right now.
Every
and
time
for
you go
good
in there, there's
reason.
something new going on. I don't know. It's crazy.
I know, and I
love
still haven't tried all the food yet.
I'm guilty.
Have you tried them all?
I've tried. I've tried majority.
He's beaten me there. Well, I'm excited for next week.
Yes, and we hope you guys are too. So guess what? Thank you guys for joining us today. We had our awesome guest, CRA,
Amazing.
the CLT. You know, Mr. August, Mr. Rollins came in. I mean, this was wonderful. This is wonderful.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you guys. Have a Delray day.
Well, I called Lee.
Oh, hey Siri, call Lee.
Who called Lee? We called Lee. Oh, you called Lee.
Well, I called Lee.
I got Jen.
I called Lee too.
I called Lee, of course.
So yeah, I called Lee.
Injured in an accident or slip and fall? Call 1-800-CALL-LEE. You focus on getting better. We'll take care of the rest.
Everybody calls Lee at 1-800-CALL-LEE.
I know, Dad. You called Lee.